For most of my life, I thought my dad abandoned us. My mom never talked about him, and I grew up believing he simply didn't care. Then one day, I found something hidden in my mom's closet, something that made me question everything, and when I finally uncovered the truth, I realized my entire childhood had been built on a lie. I was 5 years old when my dad left. At least, that's what my mom always told me. She said he walked out on us, never looked back, never cared. She raised me alone, working 2 jobs, doing everything she could to make sure I had a good life. I loved her for that, and I hated him for leaving us. But growing up, something never felt right. We never had any pictures of him, no divorce papers, no relatives who mentioned him. Anytime I asked about him, my mom would get tense and change the subject. By the time I was a teenager, I stopped asking. But a few months ago, while helping my mom clean out her attic, I found a box labelled "Do Not Open." Inside, letters, dozens of them, all addressed to me, all from my dad. My hands were shaking as I opened the first letter. I don't know if your mum will ever let you see this, but I need you to know I never abandoned you. I have always loved you, and I have never stopped trying to be in your life. I felt sick. The letters spanned years, from when I was 5 until I turned 18. He wrote about trying to visit me, but my mom refused. He sent gifts, but they were returned. He even went to court for visitation rights, but my mom fought him every step of the way. I wanted to believe it was a mistake, but at the bottom of the box, I found something worse: court documents. My dad had been legally trying to see me for years, and my mom had lied about everything. That night, I sat across from my mom at the dinner table, my heart pounding. "I found the letters." She froze. I held up one of them. "He never left us, did he?" For the first time in my life, I saw guilt in my mom's eyes. She sighed and looked away. "I did what I had to do. You lied to me for 20 years. "I was protecting you," she snapped. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Protecting me? From what? A father who loved me? She didn't answer. She just sat there, staring at the table. At that moment, I realized something heartbreaking. My entire childhood was a lie. I didn't know what to do with the truth. For weeks, I couldn't even look at my mom the same way. Eventually, I did the only thing I could. I looked for my dad. It didn't take long to find him. He had never moved far, just a few towns over. His Facebook page was public, his profile picture, a photo of me as a baby. My heart felt like it was going to explode. I hesitated for hours before sending a message. "Dad, is it really you?" He replied almost immediately. "I have been waiting for this moment my entire life." We met in person a week later. I had spent my whole life thinking he was a monster. Instead, I found a man who had never stopped loving me, who had been robbed of the chance to be my father. My mom? She still insists she did the right thing, but now I can't trust her anymore. I don't know if I'll ever forgive her. But one thing is for sure, I have my dad back, and I won't let anyone take that away from me again. Was my mom justified in keeping my dad away? Or was she just being selfish? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this story shocked you, upvote. Share this post with someone who needs to hear it.